Hey guys, Danny here from Freedom Farms. I am coming at you today from the Freedom Farms office. So usually you see me come at you from our farm where we go visit the cows, we go visit the pigs, we see the sheep, we see the goats, we see the chickens, right? We see everybody. But today you're just seeing me. So anyway, I just want to talk to you about something. I've been outside all day, so it's been one of those days. It's windy out there. This morning there was a little rain. This afternoon there was a little bit of snow. I think a little sun's trying to peek out now, but it's always something here on the farm. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about starting a farm. Starting a farm. Now, for us, our journey was a little bit different. We moved from what you would call city life to the country. Lauren and I moved to the farm 5 years ago. We moved out to the country and we started this direct to consumer meat business. It has been quite a journey. It's been quite an adventure. We've had a lot of ups, we've had a lot of downs, we've had a lot of great times, we've had a lot of frustrating times, but it's all because we made a decision to move from the country, excuse me, move to the city, out to the country. And in doing that, it's a big change. It's a really big change. For those of us that are used to the conveniences of city life, everything is pretty much an arm's length away. Downside is, there's oftentimes a lot of traffic, there's a lot of congestion, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of noise. And, we were looking to escape that. And then we came out to the country and we said, oh, we miss a little bit of that too, but we also enjoy the big sky, the quiet, the calm, etc. But, there's a lot of people out there today that are looking to leave the city and come out to the country, whether it's part-time or whether it's full-time. You got to make a decision as to what's best for you. But I know some people are trying to leave their sort of stressful jobs, high competitive jobs, and again, move away from that into a more peaceful place to try to find more calm, more mindfulness, etc. But today I want to tell you that it also comes with, it comes with its own challenges. And I tell you what, when you start a farm, it's very challenging. There's a lot to it. There's a very steep learning curve for those that have never done it. And there's a lot of learning that has to take place. So we would always find ourselves exhausted at the end of the day, not just from the physical labor, but the mental labor as well. And when we first started the farm, one of the main questions that we had to ask ourselves was, why are we doing this and what are we doing? So right away, Lauren and I decided on creating a direct-to-consumer meat business. That was something we wanted to do, bring farm-raised local meats from our farm and also from neighboring farms to right to consumers' doors, right to people's doors. We weren't looking to sell to restaurants. We weren't looking to sell to catering companies, etc. It was literally farm-raised meats, proteins only, and bring them to a consumer's house or to a family or somebody that's on the carnivore program or somebody that's pro meat and trying to increase the amount of protein in their diet. That's what we wanted to do. With my background in professional sports, diet was very important, making sure people were eating well and eating healthy, and not having to just um, eat from the big system, right? From the big food system. That's what we wanted to do. That coupled with what we call agritourism, meaning bring people from the cities and all over the place. Mostly for us, when we first started, it was New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, up to the farm to not only meet us, right, know your farmer, but also to meet the animals and spend a little time on the farm. Because when we left the city and we came out to a farm, we never met a pig before. We never knew what a real pig was like to be around. And then now we have probably 150 pigs at the farm, and we never knew what it was like to raise livestock in terms of, cattle and how to work with cattle and how you feed cattle and how you move cattle and how cattle can regenerate the land or they could destroy it, one of the two. Same with the pigs. So we had to learn all of this in our journey. So the first thing we had to ask ourselves was, hey, what do we want to do? What do we want to do with this farm? What is the what, right? What do we want to do? The next thing was, once we figured out what we wanted to do, how do we get the message out? How do we tell people, hey, we got this farm 3 hours outside of New York City. You should come up. You should experience it. You should buy meat from these first generation farmers. And we had to figure out how to get the word out there. And then after that, it's been, hey, how do you build the business, right? How do you build a business and create sales so that you can sustain the operational costs of the farm? Because it's very expensive to run a farm on a day-to-day basis between the fuel, between the labor, tractors, machinery breaking down, minerals for the cattle, vet visits, just the list keeps going and going. Every day we go to the mailbox, there's another bill. There's another bill. There's another bill. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. So, farming is no joke, and you got to be ready for it. But that starts with, what do you want to do with the farm? Maybe you don't want to farm, like in terms of, where you're moving a lot of product, but you just like in New York, you want the tax exemption, right? You want to be able to generate $10,000 every 2 years so that you can get discounted taxes on a large parcel of property, where you can kind of do whatever you want. But ultimately, you got to decide what you want to do. And if, moving product, whether it's selling hay, whether it's selling, vegetables that you grow, or selling pumpkins, or selling Christmas trees, or meat, whatever, you got to figure out, how you're going to do that and how you're going to market that and build an audience. And then, how do you keep that relationship going that you have sustainable income in order to keep the farm going and keep the farm growing? So we had to figure all that out. And it's been a lot of work. We're still learning, we're still growing, we're still learning what it takes to get to our highest level. Um, but each month we learn a little bit more. We also sometimes get a little bit more tired. And you realize too, man, like doing a farm requires a lot of rest. This is why farmers go to bed early and they wake up early. You got to start the day early, but you can't stay up too late because you're exhausted from the day in which you just participated in. So these are all the things that we had to learn, coming from that city life out to the country, looking at this large land parcel and saying, hey, let's get some animals, and learning how to deal and work with those animals on a day-to-day basis. It's not as easy or as glamorous as it looks on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever movie you watch. It is a grind, to say the least. So we're grinding, and we have great help now to help us. But when we first started, it was just Lauren and I carrying buckets of water, carrying buckets of feed, you know, moving cattle, moving pigs, figuring it all out. And it was a very, very steep learning curve. And there are days, many days, especially early, where the enthusiasm wears out and you want to quit. You want to quit. But we decided that quitting wasn't for us right now, and that there's some reason we're supposed to be doing this. We felt uh, like this was part of our calling. We both had careers, mine in professional sports, Lauren's in news, and we said, okay, let's let's take on the challenge, and that's what we did. Right? We had an 80-year-old woman sell us the farm, and she had big visions for the farm for us, and we had to match that and deliver. So that's what we've been doing. But it takes I always say it takes a daily buy-in. You have to sell yourself every day on it and buy yourself back in, because it is very, very challenging, and it's very, very hard. And in this region, the weather is like nothing you've ever experienced before. Blistering cold, um, wind. Like today, we said we had uh, sun this morning, then it went into rain, then it went into snow, and now it's freezing. So uh, yesterday, I want to say it was in the 40s. Today is in the 30s. Tomorrow's going to be in the teens. And then Monday and Tuesday, it heats up to 49 degrees. It's very, very strange. But you got to be ready for all this. Like you can't say, well, it's not nice out today, so I'm going to take the day off. It doesn't work like that. So farming requires a huge level of commitment that you have to be ready for as well. So the one thing that bothers me is that oftentimes it's sold as this thing that's, we know it's hard, but we really don't know what it takes. So we jump in, and I think for a lot of folks, it's very short-lived, right? They do the experiment for a year or 2 years, and then they say, okay, that's enough. I've had enough. And for us, we could relate to that because around 2, 3 years, we were feeling like that too. But instead of quitting, we said, hey, let's get help. And what we did was, we have a farm hand and another farm hand, and we work with them. And then on the meat business, Lauren and I were packing every order, and then we went and found help, right? We had two ladies join us. Then we had another lady join us, and then the team has been growing as the business grows. So I think with farming, you can get in trouble when you try to do everything yourself. And it is definitely a team sport. I come from professional baseball, which is a team sport. This is just like it. It is a team sport. So if you want to get into farming, you should do it. Farms are closing left and right. We need excited and enthusiastic people to come with a dream and be a part of this farming community and farming renaissance, but you got to be ready for what's ahead. And it is going to be challenging. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be the greatest challenge that you're going to probably face or have faced in a long time. But you got to do it because we can't have more farms closing. I mean, in upstate New York, you see all these small dairy farms abandoned. You see barns collapsing to the ground. You see land that's overgrown with briars and pricker bushes. And it's very sad to see because this was a very thriving area and there was a lot of thriving farms around the country. So we got to get people to jump in it and be a part of it, but maybe take a little different mindset to it where you understand, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to sell, or this is what I want to do with the land. This is how I'm going to market it. And this is how we're going to generate the amount of financial means that we need in order to keep the farm sustainable and to keep the farm going and keep the farm growing. It's very rewarding. It's very exciting, but it's going to be a lot of work, and you better be ready to put that work in. So, um, old coach over here wants to make everybody aware of what they're getting into, and I know we have some great customers watching this, and we appreciate all of your business and all of your support, Lauren and I, through this whole thing. And we're just going to keep trying to get better and better, and do our best to serve you and service you, and learn along the way. We're first generation farmers. So we are doing our best, and we thank everybody for being on the journey with us. And again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat below or in the comments. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. If you need meat, we are freedomfarms.com. Head on over to the website. We'll send meat right to your door. Again, that's our mission. Sending meat right to your door, from the farm to your table, the farm to your door. And that's what I got for you today. Maybe we'll do more of these sit downs. I know, again, usually I'm in the barn, usually I'm walking around, but man, it's cold out there today. I need a day off. I need a little day of rest from holding the camera outside. So I'm coming at you from inside today. But anyway, I want you all to have a great day, have a great night, have a great life. Start a farm. We need you. We need you to start farms. We need you to guys to keep the American farms going and growing. All right, we'll talk to you soon. See ya.